Okay, so it's Friday. I just got done with a hard week's worth of work. Came home just now, took down the kids' swimming pool for the season. It's getting a little too cold, so that got put away. I got a fire going over here. I burned the leaves I raked up last Sunday. And now it's time to crack a beer. And I wanted to do this video about the top 5 beers that are made in Paraguay. So, first of all, when we're talking about beer in Paraguay, the traditional thing is, this is how it's served to you. It comes in this thing called a champañera, full of ice. And you get your bottles in there, and as you drink them, you flip them upside down, and then the waiter knows to bring you a reload. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the top 5 beers made in Paraguay in no particular order. I'm not going to say which one's best, which one's not. So for all my Paraguayan friends out there watching, don't take offense if your beer wouldn't be the best one that I think, but for my money, these are the 5 best. Okay, so the first one we're going to try is this one here. It's called Munich. Spelled Munich, but Munich here. And we'll take a look and see how this beer goes. It's a good frothy beer, has a good head to it. I think it's made here in Paraguay, but I think it's by German recipe, I'm not sure. But as you can see, it's a full beer. None of the weaker stuff that you get out on the market. And it's actually gonna take a while for that to settle down, get those suds down so I can take a sip. But if you come to Paraguay and you want to get a good cold beer, you can't go wrong with Munich. So I'm going to proceed to drink this beer, and once I'm done, then we'll move on to the next one. You know, I forgot to say that Munich is a good, refreshing lager. It's very similar to Czech Budweiser, the stuff brewed in České Budějovice, not the American stuff. So it's got a good refreshing flavor to it. So I'm going to get rid of this one and then we'll move on to the next. Okay, so the Munich is done. And next up will be, trying to do this here, Baviera. And Baviera is a little bit heavier of a beer. It's also kind of a German style, but really tasty. And take a look at it. Pour it out here, and you can see it's a little bit darker, a little bit more amber colored. Once again, full body beer. Getting my fingers in the camera here. I'm doing this with my cell phone, so I'm doing it one-handed, but yeah, you can see this is a good beer. It's a good thick beer, really good full body taste. Unfortunately, I didn't plan on doing this video this way. It was just a spur of the moment thing. So what I was able to get at my local liquor store was basically just the Baviera in cans, because I personally prefer to drink beer from a bottle. I don't like the can taste. I'll do it if I have to, but I prefer the bottle. But unfortunately, this is all they had. So anyway, go ahead and show this again. If you can see the label here, Baviera. You find yourself in Paraguay and you find yourself wanting an ice cold beer, and somebody offers you a Baviera, go ahead and take it, because you're not going to be sorry. Anyway, Baviera is next up at bat, so I'm going to polish these cans off and then we'll take a look at the next beer. You know, I hate to keep comparing the beers I'm trying here to Czech beers, but this has also, take a look at the head on this beer. It's a nice quality. It's a good recipe. It reminds me something of like maybe Radagast or once again Czech Budweiser. One of the thicker beers there. Good quality. Okay, Next up at bat, Brahma. If any of you that are watching this have ever been to Brazil, you probably know this brand. It's a Brazilian brand, but it is brewed here also in Paraguay. And it is probably the best-selling beer, or maybe in second place for the best-selling beer in Paraguay. It's a good chop, you know, good quality. Can never go wrong with Brahma. I mean, everybody drinks it. So we'll take a look at it now. I'll hold my camera here. So you can see by the foam, you know, it's a lighter beer. It's much lighter than Buffie Era or Munich, but it's good tasting. Pretty much anybody who drinks beer at all will enjoy Brahma, which is why it's sold so much. And yeah, I mean, everywhere you go, there's basically two major brands in here in Paraguay, and Brahma is one of those major brands. So once again, there's the label. If you see it, somebody offers you one, shake his hand, say thank you, and go ahead and drink it, and don't worry. Okay, so we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Next one up is Pilsen. Pilsen is a straight-up Paraguayan brand. What they would say here is Paraguayo IT. It's straight up Paraguayan, 100%, and being brewed since 1912. And of course, it's called Pilsen, so it is a Pilsner beer. It's one of the two most popular beers in the country. If Brahma's one, Pilsen's the other. Very popular beer. Everybody and their brother drinks it. We'll take a look at it here. If I can go ahead and get this without getting my fingers in the way. Seems like the more beer I drink, the more my fingers get in the way. Anyway, take a look at it. Very similar to Brahma. You know, it's a lighter beer. You can see the color of it. You know, the consistency of the foam. It's lighter. It's not a heavy beer. Just like Brahma, everybody drinks it, men and women. It's a light, refreshing beer, and very good for the country. I mean, right now it is March 9th. We are entering into fall here, and today the temperature is somewhere around in the mid-80s, I would say, right now, and it's 7:30 at night. So, I mean, it's a light, refreshing beer, which is what you want, you know, sitting on ice in a bucket. And anyway, that's Pilsen. So take a look at the label. Don't forget it. If you see it here, buy it with confidence. Okay, so we've reached the final point. This is the fifth and final beer that I'm gonna kind of recommend that's brewed here in Paraguay. And take a look at this. This is a sad sight. This is a sight of what we say here in Paraguay. It's time to do a vaquilla, and somebody's got to make a run for more beer. But anyway, usually it's inside instead of inside the champagnera, it's inside of a vesicular, not a vesicular, what do you call it? A Coleman, you know, Coleman thing that keeps things cold. I can't think of it now, but anyway, here's the last brand, Orofino. Orofino, I believe, is also a Brazilian brand which is brewed here. Just by the spelling of Oro, it's not Spanish, so I'm guessing it's Portuguese, and I'm guessing therefore that this is a Brazilian brand. But anyway, Orofino is good beer. Take a look at it. You know, you can see I kind of over poured there. It's light, also just like Brahma and just like Pilsen. I would say that it's maybe, I don't know, if I had to classify it, I would say maybe Brahma is a little bit better than Pilsen. And then Orofino is maybe a little bit behind Pilsen. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, you can see Orofino is the brand. So once again, you can trust it. I'm getting ready to wrap things up here. It's Friday night, so you take a look. I got my there's a car going by. Got my grill going. My kid's out here trying to be the next Messi. I got the coal burning, so I'm going to be cooking out. So I got to wrap this video up. So this will be the last part. I'll drink my Orofino in peace. And yeah, so basically in summation, I would say those are the top 5 beers which are brewed and made in Paraguay. And there you have it. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. I just wanted to shout out a special message to my friends that are still back behind the lines in the United States. Special message for all of you. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. Okay, that wraps up my video. And the next one I'm going to do, actually I'm already sitting here thinking about it. I'm going to do a video of the 5 beers you should avoid when you come to Paraguay. Okay, have a good night, have a good weekend.